Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Troy Munson at Infinity Whole Health, and please check out our podcast at Revealing Wholeness, and you'll find it on your favorite podcast sites. Here we are in December of 2020, and there might have been a little stress this year. And so this two-part series is on how do we de-stress for the holidays. So tonight I'm going to give you 3 simple things you can do externally that we can have done to us or that are part of our environment that will help us. And then in fact, normally I release the second part of our monthly series on the 4th Wednesday, but tonight, being the 9th of December, I'm going to release it in 2 days because you need that information sooner, because that's about parties and how to process things internally as we plan to go to these events and maybe have some extra wine, maybe have some sweets. How do we do it in the best way possible? So that's in just a few days, so hang on for that one. But tonight is about external things. So what do we do to help de-stress? Easiest things that we can possibly do is, number 1 is breathing. Now I know it sounds weird, but as we think these stressful thoughts and don't have a really good doorman maybe, or we allow things in that shouldn't be in, what should we do to kind of help that? Well, as these thoughts come in, they tend to have issues or create things in our body. So think about when you were nervous, you got butterflies in the stomach. Well, that's energy thought here having effects down here. That's why what we think up here actually affects our health. And so when we can remove your thoughts from what you're thinking by breathing or doing some breathing techniques, and I'm going to share 3 with you, we can actually begin to help our bodies stop or interrupt that stress response and now begin to feel better and more relaxed and more calm. And these are things you can do anytime. Driving, talking in a heated argument, you really could literally do this anywhere and try to help de-stress things. Let's say you're for the first time doing some public speaking or a podcast and you're really nervous about it. You could go through some breathing techniques and totally mellow out. And so here we go. Now, some of you have already done some of these techniques, so I'm going to review them, but some may be new to you. Some have probably heard of the Wim Hof method, and I love his stuff about really being in control and realizing that, hey, it's only cold if you think it's cold. And so we can take his breathing technique and actually do quite a bit with it. So just to breathe in and out deeply, pretty quickly, is oxygenating tissues, is oxygenating your brain, and then even holding your breath. If you want to go through that process, you can. Anytime you hold your breath, your sympathetic nervous system, which is controlling stress response. So when we're standing up and when stress hits us, if we're argumentative especially, all of a sudden we're hitting that part of the nervous system that's creating cortisol. Cortisol is building fat on the body. It's messing up our brain. It's messing up digestion. And now we're causing problems. We're burning burning muscle instead of fat. So we want to interrupt this stress response, half of the nervous system, and we want to calm that down with breathing. And when you stop breathing, your brain's like, whoa, wait a minute. And it's looking around and it's stopping all thought. And so it's nice to be able to do. So breathing in and out and focusing on your breathing pretty quickly and then holding your breath for a minute is a helpful thing to do. So that's one simple thing you can do anytime, anywhere. Do you have to do 30 breaths like Wim Hof talks about? No, you don't have to. You can do 5, you can do 10. You might get a little lightheaded. You may not want to do it when you're driving, but you could do 3 or 4 or 5 and then hold your breath for 20, 30 seconds. That's still a good interruption in thought processing. Now, for some of you, maybe you want a little bit more advanced breathing technique. We call it diaphragmatic breathing. And it's not a very difficult technique, but it's not easy either. So as I stand here, if I just chest breathe and my stomach kind of goes in and I'm just filling up my chest, that's chest breathing. Well, now if I breathe out and I hold that out and I hold my chest, and now I just breathe in with my stomach and I don't let my chest elevate at all, that's using the diaphragm in 2 different ways. So if I push all my breath out using my diaphragm, you can actually almost feel it come up into the lung cavity. You can feel it suck up in. Well, if I just breathe in my stomach, I'm now expanding that diaphragm down, and it's almost painful in the beginning. And if you're really good at it, you could chest breathe once, breathe all the way out. Diaphragm breathe, or rather stomach breathe, and then breathe all the way out. Chest breathe and go back and forth. It's very good at helping de-stress or interrupt thought, as well as if we have kind of butterflies in our stomach, it literally helps undo that energetic unhappiness of what's going on in our gut. So some of you with anxiety that notice you have gut complaints, this may be very, very helpful for you. Now, some of you that are a bit more into meditation, prayer, what have you, and like the spiritual aspect, here's a breathing technique for you. And it's literally watching your breathing, not forcing breath, not we're not forcing breath. We're simply getting very still and watching the body when it wants to take a breath. And when does it want to breathe out? And you're just watching the breath. Now, those of you that try this, I tell folks, man, if you can last 3 breaths, that's actually a feat. Most of the time when you're watching your breath and you breathe in, you're just kind of watching, all of a sudden you feel this urge to take in a breath, and then you start breathing out, you're on to something else, thinking about what else and everything else but your breath. And, oh yeah, I'm thinking about my breath, and recenter and like, watch your breath. To make it through 3 breaths, it took me months to do that, where I was consistently able to just watch my breath without having my mind fly off to everything that it thinks I should think about, which is all those stressful things that are going to get accomplished anyways. Let me be at peace right now. So for some of you, just simply watching your breath is going to be hard enough. I actually recommend practicing all of them. They're good to have a toolbox, in your toolbox or in your back pocket to use whenever you want. So breathing. Now, the next thing is near and dear to my heart. If we think about it, we've been talking about, oh, I'm thinking about stuff, I'm worrying about things, I'm ruminating things, I'm mentally mashing over things all the time, and I'm stressing myself out. Well, we talked about that sympathetic nervous system, that stress response nervous system. And how do we interrupt that if it's just really overblown and it's doing things that we just have thoughts coming in all the time and I can't seem to stop them. I can't be at peace. It's just really frustrating. Well, what I love is chiropractic. Now you think, what? What does chiropractic have to do with that? That's like my back. Well, guess what the nervous system has to go through to get to your stomach when you're having a thought here and you're feeling anxiety in your stomach. It has to go down your spinal cord through your spine and activate all that. And so the more stress we're under here, the more excitation we have in our body. So the moment we begin to start adjusting the spine, all of that tension dissipates and relaxes. I watch people frequently during the adjustment. It's like this massive release of stress. That is what the chiropractic adjustment does. It is only ourselves that gets ourselves all tied up in knots and now causing our own health challenges because our nervous system is a wreck. And so as I adjust patients, I watch everything get better. Man, my digestion's better. I'm sleeping better. I'm more calm. I'm not so reactive. I'm not as angry. I notice my blood pressure is better. My heart feels better. This is chiropractic, and this is dissipation of stress. And so a 2 or 3 minute adjustment goes an amazingly long way to helping you handle stress for the holidays. So don't leave out your chiropractor during this holiday season. Last and foremost, I love a good massage. Man, you massage therapists out there are awesome. I have 3 or 4 that I visit. I like different types of massage. And so I got folks that do muscle release techniques, ligamentous releases, those that do cupping, that do hot stone, relaxation. I've been to massage therapists that use their feet. Amazing stuff. And so if you do not do chiropractic or massage, I I recommend highly that you try them. And, you know, one massage therapist isn't a fit all for everybody, nor could they take care of everybody in the entire world. So that's why there's so many of them, and they do different techniques, just like there's 26 major chiropractic techniques. If one doesn't agree with your body or doesn't seem to work, go to the next. That's why I tell clients that have been to other chiropractors, if I don't do what your body likes, then let's get you to another chiropractor that will agree with your body. And so those are some easy things that you can do. And just another word about massage. If you're going, definitely do water before and after. You might, if you find you're getting a little bit of headaches and sore muscles, you might be limited in your calcium intake as well as trace minerals to be able to remove debris and garbage out of your body. Your liver might be a little backed up. I've created podcasts on liver support, how to do it easy. There's some liver enzyme products that I'll take and I'll give to clients when they go to massage to try to help open up the hepatic arteries, to try to clear more blood and sift through all that as they work on you and push stuff out of your muscles into your blood. So if you're getting sore from massage, give me a shout out or shoot me a text or a email, and I'll tell you what I typically do for clients when they tend to get a bit more sore with massage. If you find yourself getting sore after adjustments, there's other issues there as well. If you find you don't hold adjustments very well, more nutritional things that we need to talk about. So if that's you, please shoot me a message as well, and I'll tell you what I find works best with some of my clients. So until then, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And again, watch for that second video that's not coming out on the fourth Wednesday of the month, but just in 2 days. And that'll be on internal things that we can do to help balance our body and help handle stress. And I think that's going to be a really good thing for a lot of us. So please tune in for that one. And watch for a couple of key podcasts. I'm going to share a couple bonus things that you can do to relieve stress in some of the podcasts I'll be sharing this month as well. So until then, I'm Dr. Troy Munson on Revealing Wholeness and Infinity Whole Health.